Hey boys and girls, I'm excited to be online. I miss you. I love going to church. I don't get to see you much, but I'm excited to tell a story today about Penny the Pigeon. It is an awesome story and I know you love stories. Penny and her friend lives at the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City, and they are just chilling out, and every day they are best friends. They love to eat and drink, and the only way they can do that is they fly under the bridge in the neighborhoods area, and they get leftover hamburgers, leftover fries. They love to eat leftover French fries. One day, they were down there under a bridge, and Troy, a man, come up to him and said, "Hey, you guys would make great racing pigeons." Penny goes, "Wow, I always loved to race. I always wanted to be a race pigeon." And her friend said, "Yeah." And he said, "Do you want to go and work out and be a race pigeon?" And they agreed to go. So they went, and Troy, he had a nice pen for him. He put him in a bath, and Penny said, "Can you believe this? We are like in the best of the best for pigeons." But Troy looked at both of them and he said, "You have to eat right. You have to eat what I feed you, because you have to become strong pigeons to fly. No more junk food." And they were agreed on doing that. They were excited about it. Well, Penny decided, "Man, I think I'll go back to the old neighborhood and just check things out. I'm just itching to go." But her friend said, "Don't go, Penny." He said, "You can't go back there again to be a racing pigeon." You know, sometimes kids, we're like that. When we sin and we like to do something that is not right for us, we go back to it. Like lying, like not obeying our parents. It's a sin, and God doesn't like it. And He wants us to live a pure life for Him. And we don't go back to our sins. But Penny did that day. She went back to the Brooklyn Bridge and she met a friend named Gus. And Gus was standing there looking at Penny. He said, "Hey Penny, where have you been?" "Well, I'm training to be a race pigeon." "What's a race pigeon? Why do you want to do that when we can have lots of fun? Come on, let's go over to the south side and check out this fancy restaurant where they throw all this good food out." She goes, "Oh, I miss that good food." So away they went. Well, Penny and Gus, they were eating the garbage. They was having a great time, and Penny said, "Oh, I'm so full, I don't even think I could fly home." Well, as they were talking, all of a sudden, they heard a scratch. And Penny turned around, and there was the ugliest cat. He had the meanest look on him. He said, "Boy, you look good tonight." And they were scared, and all of a sudden, they started swatting each other. And he was after Penny, and she was screaming, "Help, help." And he says, "I can't wait to get a hold of you." And you know, boys and girls, sometimes sin always looks like it's fun, but it ends up in a disaster in our lives. Well, Penny, the cat, struck her wing. Some of her feathers fell off of her. Her arm was bleeding. Her wing was bleeding really bad. And she went back to where she came from at the coop with the bathtub, and she had so much as she saw Troy, and she said, "I'm sorry. I'll never ever become a race pigeon again." But you know, Troy, he is so kind. He looked at her and he said, "Penny, your arm is going to heal, but it's going to take a long, long time to heal. But once it's healed, you'll become a racing pigeon again." And she said, "Oh, thank you, Troy. I am sorry. I'll never, ever do that again." And boys and girls, we have to make the decision that God is in control of our lives. And when we mess up, we can go back to God and we can ask Him to forgive us, and He will forgive us. And we've got to decide never to sin again. I love you guys. I miss you. You continue to serve God and do what the right thing is, and just love God every day. Bye.